What's going on, everybody? King of Dragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the amazing Yamaguchi Revoltech Harley Quinn Standard Colored Edition. And so here we have the Revoltech Harley Quinn pose and out of the packaging. Before we take a look at the figure, let's actually run through her accessories really fast. Harley Quinn does come with 3 different facial expressions. We do get the smiling expression that she has on her right now. We do get a smiling expression where she's showing her teeth. And then we do get a surprise expression. Harley Quinn also comes with a pair of fists. We get a pair of grip hands. We get a pair of style pose hands. We get a right hand that's pointing. And then we get a left hand that gives the thumbs up. She also does come with 2 different pairs of feet. We do have her regular feet, which look really nice. And then we also do have a pair of roller skates. She also comes with a mallet, which does fit into either of her grip hands, and it looks really nice. Then we do get a baseball bat, which it's kind of plain. It doesn't really look like a wooden bat, but it does look good. We also get a sound effect piece, which can clip onto either the baseball bat or the mallet as you want. And then, of course, she does come with the Revoltech display stand. Other than that, Harley Quinn doesn't really come with anything else. I think a few more accessories would have been nice, but that's neither here nor there. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually take a closer look at Harley Quinn. And so here we have a closer look at the Revoltech Harley Quinn. And this is a figure we've kind of had a look at already. We had a look at the special colored version of the Revoltech Harley Quinn, which essentially this is the exact same figure. Although this one did come out first, this is the second one that I did pick up. It does look really nice, and I think I'm a little biased toward this just because red and black are my favorite colors. I really do like this version. It looks really good. Really loving the face. It's the exact same face that we saw in the other Harley Quinn, just with a different paint application. And of course the hair is different colors. Well, this is the original Revoltech Harley Quinn. The special colored version did have blonde hair with the tips pink and blue. This one has her hair separated red and black, which it's really hard to say which one I like better. They're both really nice and they both have their unique charm. This Harley Quinn does look beautiful and cute, which I really do like that. Look, going all the way to the back, you can see she does have her pigtails done nicely, which that's a really nice thing. I do like the way it turned out. Amazing Yamaguchi has done a really good job with this figure. I can understand why they released this figure 3 times with 3 different colors. It's a really good figure, and I really do like the way it looks here. The only difference facial-wise with this figure is that we do get a shocked expression, which if we can just pull that on camera really fast. This is the only expression that is different from the 2 on the special colored version. We do have her blowing a bubble and winking. This one, she is surprised and shocked. You can mix and match the faces, but the paint apps are going to be a little bit different, so use that as you will. But yeah, I really do like this figure. It looks really good, and they did a really good job of hiding the joints. Of course, the elbow joints are going to stick out at you like a sore thumb, but as far as the look of this figure, it's not broken up like you would expect most Revoltech figures to be. I mean, you saw All Might when I reviewed him, how his shoulders were all cut up. She's kind of like Deku, where the joints look really good, and she looks good in a neutral pose, which that's something I really do appreciate. Now, one thing I will point out is that she does have a few not limitations, but there is a learning curve to handling a Revoltech figure. There's a lot of things that you think work one way, but they actually work a different way, which we'll talk about that when we get into her articulation. But as far as the figure goes, really do like the diamond shoulder pads right here. And then we got a star shoulder pad right there. And then she is wearing elbow guards, which look really nice. I do like the paint apps on it. We do have her top, which is a really nice shiny plastic. I do like the paint apps that they went with. It really does make it look like it's made of pleather rather than just some fabric material. Or maybe it's leather, I don't know. Same thing with the gloves. We do have a nice sheen to them, which has a really good look for the figure. Although I would have liked it if the sheen was also on the right hand. I can understand why this would be more like a leather glove and then this would be more like a cloth glove, but they make red leather gloves too, so I don't know why they didn't make this one shiny just like the other half. One thing I do like is the skin tone. It's a really nice subtle pink skin tone. It's not overpowering, but it's not too bright, which I do like that. Having a look at her belt, this Harley Quinn does have a studded belt. Remember when studded belts were popular in the early 2000s? The buckle looks nice and the studs go all the way around, sculpted really good. Then she has a pouch on the back of her belt. So they did a really good job with that. And then I love the wrinkles here on her shorts. The biker shorts that she's wearing do look really nice. The fact that they have these really nice wrinkles on them is really good. It's not as wrinkling back here, but that's pretty much how pants turn out. And then you can see they are wrinkled and sculpted on her thighs too. Then we have some more skin. Then we have her stockings, which go all the way up to her thighs. We again have the star on the right side. Then we have the diamonds on the left side. And something I do like is that these are sculpted pieces, so that's really good. I like it when companies sculpt detail like that. It just shows the care that went into the item. We have some more diamonds on the knee pads. Single diamond on the right knee pad. Quadruple diamonds here on the left knee pad. We have her socks poking out of her stockings, which is a little odd. Maybe these are like supposed to be leggings and then she has the socks over them. I don't know. That's a really weird fashion sense to have your stockings underneath your socks and then having your socks over your stockings. Moving on to the shoes, we do have a nice sheen for her shoes, and these ones do continue the motif of black and red. This one is black with red laces. This one is red with black laces, and you can see they both have a buckle going across them. Now, these ones do have toe articulation, so there is that. If you want to have her with the roller skates, which I'll pull that off really quickly, these don't have any toe articulation, and they do make the figure stand a little bit taller, so it's really up to you how you want to have her posed. But yeah, overall gorgeous piece by Amazing Yamaguchi, and they did a fantastic job with Harley Quinn. And something before I move on to the articulation, she has articulated eyes, so you can actually take her faceplates off and then rearrange the way her eyes are positioned. Now it does take a little bit of finagling to get them to the way you look, or to get the look you desire, but once you get it, it looks really nice. As you can see, she's looking off to the left on this one, straight ahead on this one, and I think I left this one looking off to the right. Yes, I did. So yeah, you can see on this one, I did accidentally make the left eye look a little bit higher than the right eye. It's just adjustment and being patient with it. You'll eventually get it. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually get Harley Quinn compared to other figures you may have in your collection. Here we have the Amazing Yamaguchi Harley Quinn posed next to a Marvel Legends Cyclops and a DC Multiverse Superman. Here we have the Amazing Yamaguchi Harley Quinn posed next to a WWE Elite Scale figure and a Mezco 1/12 Collective Popeye the Sailor Man. Here we have an Amazing Yamaguchi Harley Quinn posed next to a Lightning Collection White Ranger and a Star Wars Black Series Mandalorian. And finally, here we do have the Amazing Yamaguchi Harley Quinn posed next to the Amazing Yamaguchi Special Colored version of Harley Quinn. So with the comparisons out of the way, guys, let's actually have a closer look at her articulation now. Harley Quinn does have some articulation in her hair. We do have ball hinges, so they do pivot up and down, and they work pretty good. They also rotate all the way around, so you can actually pose her hair however you want. You can get some really crazy poses with her hair, so I do like that. It's one little feature that they didn't have to do, but I'm glad they did, and you can see the versatility in her hair. She does have a double ball joint here in the neck. If we do show that off, you can see it connects in the base of her neck, or in the base of her skull, and then somewhere down here. Now you do have to be a little bit cautious on how you reposition her head, because the way the neck is angled, you might accidentally pop her face off, and that provides some rotation right there. It does let her look up and down as well as tilt her head side to side, so really good range on her head. She does have a ball hinge at the neck, so she can look back about that far. She can look down, popping her head off. She of course does look down. It is a little bit frustrating at times trying to get this Harley Quinn pose, because things don't really line up the way you would want them to. I'm just going to leave the face. We'll put the face back on. I was going to leave it off for the rest of the review, but I don't think it'll look right. But yeah, the head is a little bit frustrating, because if you don't angle the head properly, you will pop her face off and pop the head off, so do be aware of that. And I actually grabbed the wrong face How about that? So we'll just plug that back in. So yeah, we do have a ball hinge at the neck, which does by itself look down about that far, and again looks up. It does rotate left and right. It would do a full 360 to be quite honest, but it is kind of hard because of her choker and the way her body is sculpted right there. Now we do have a swivel hinge right here in her shoulder, so that does go all the way around, and then we also do have a hinge right there which provides the in and out movement. We also have it connecting to a ball joint, so you can see her arm also does pivot in and out, so that helps with adjustment posing and hiding gaps. So if you want her posed outward, you can see it does close a gap. You can move that in. Done really nicely. I do like that. And then it also does rotate on that ball joint, so there is that. We do have a single hinge in the elbow, but it goes very far. I do like the range that she gets right there. And then we do get some swivel right at the elbow. We also do get some forearm swivel, so again posing her is kind of frustrating, but once you get her posed in the right way, she looks amazing. And then we do have a ball hinge at the wrist, so we have in and out movement, up and down movement, up and down movement, and then it swivels on that peg. We do have a double ball joint here at her torso, so she can arc back about that far. She crunches forward about that far, which is respectable. But she does rotate slightly on that joint, and we do have some side-to-side pivot. So really good range there. Then we have a secondary ball joint here at her waist, and combining both joints. Ooh, that bend, that back bend is impressive. Just be aware that she does gap up if you get too crazy with her articulation and crunching her forward. No problem. And again, we have pivot right there. Rotation works fine. So yeah, a lot of play here, and I do like the fact that her shorts are a floating piece, so those do get out of the way. We do have ball joints here at the hips, but they only go out to about that far. They do move forward to about there. Now, to get her hips out all the way, you do have to rotate them out like so, then rotate her thigh like that. It's a little bit of a hassle, but she does go all the way out. Like I said, it just takes time finagling and getting her in the right poses, but yeah, she does pose really well if you make the work and effort into it. But yeah, we do have swivel here at the, well, it's not really a swivel, it's a ball joint here. So you can see it does pivot in and out, forward and back, rotates, goes all the way around, so really do like that. We have a hinge here at the top of the knee, which does allow her to go back about that far. And that hinge is attached to a ball joint, so you can actually move that ball joint to give her better range. But again, it does get gappy, and I know it's a ball joint because you can pivot it side to side. As you can see, it moves around really nicely. It rotates, so we get some really good range just in the legs. She does have a ball hinge here at the foot, which does allow for rotation. Up and down movement on the foot works no problem. You can rotate that in to have a true rocker ankle, which is really nice. If you get too crazy, you will slide the foot off the peg, so just be aware of that. And then of course we do have a toe hinge. So like I said, it is the same as the original Harley Quinn figure, but I did review that some time ago, and a lot of people will probably click on this being the first Revoltech figure they see. They're not going to know the articulation. If I said go check out that video, they probably won't. So with that being said, guys, and having an overrun of her articulation, let's actually get her posed for my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this review. And so here we have the amazing Yamaguchi Harley Quinn pose for my final thoughts. And overall, I really do love the way this figure came out. I really did like it the first time I had a look at it, which was a really nice figure. This is just as nice. Now, the only difference between them is the color, and of course, you do get a different face with each one. This one comes with a surprise expression, so I really don't know which one you guys would prefer. Having both of them in hand, they function the same, so if functionality is your thing, it comes down to color preference. Me, personally, I like both of them. It's really hard for me to say which one I like more. I'm leaning toward this one just because red and black are my favorite colors, but the other one, there's something about the coloration of it that stands out, so it's really up to you which one you guys prefer. Now, this Harley Quinn is still available at the time I'm making this video. I know she did sell out the first time she was released, released, which is one reason I regretted not picking her up. But now that I have her in hand, I really do like the figure. Don't get me wrong, it's really nice, but I'm torn between whether liking this one or the special colored version a little bit more. It really just comes down to preference, like I said. If you're a Harley Quinn fan, you're going to love this figure no matter what. It's going to look great in any Harley Quinn collection. If you're debating on which color to get, again, that really just depends on you. Seeing as how there are 3 versions of this Harley Quinn, whether you want to have her with the blue and purple, blue and red, or blue or red and black, it's really up to you. And quite personally, if you can't decide, I would say get all 3 and then keep the one that you're gonna have, or have 3 different Harley Quinns. That's entirely up to you. This Harley Quinn will run you anywhere from $70 to $100 depending on where you pick her up. I actually picked mine up from Hobby Link Japan, which did run me about $70, so getting her shipped did cost me about $20, but thankfully I did ship her with other things, so it wasn't just Harley Quinn being shipped by herself. If you are still looking for this figure, I believe she's still available on Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth, and Amazon. And check out your local retailers, because who knows, maybe your local comic book shop has this version of Harley Quinn in stock. So with that being said, guys, I'm King of Dragons 5000. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. Go ahead and check out all my other action figure reviews, as well as all my other import videos, SH Figure Art, Storm Collectibles, Figma, you name it, and I do review it. Don't forget to check out all my other DC videos as well. I do have a good library of DC figures. And check out my Instagram for new and exciting action figure photos. And with that being said, guys, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.